Welcome to Watch What Crappens. To get our videos as soon as they're released instead of waiting for a week, head over to our Patreon. That's also where you'll find our bonus episodes and our Discord community. We love you guys.
Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mandleker, and joining me here is my wife that maybe one day we'll swap. It's Ronnie Karam. How's it going?
How dare you? Hello.
That would be a funny wife swap, because then I would be like taking care of Bueller, and then you would be like with Dom, and that would be like a very funny like compare and contrast. It's a pretty easy swap, I would actually say. Welcome everyone. We're talking wife swap. It's the Melissa Gorga wife swap episode. Just a reminder, we have a wonderful and active Patreon, patreon.com/watchwhatcrappens. We have weekly bonus episodes. We also have Crappens on Demand, where you get to watch the video component of our podcast. We have a Discord community. Everything is wonderful out there. So come join us on Patreon. Also, on Mondays, we do some sort of live thing. This coming Monday, we have Crappy Hour, which is going to be where we talk about Bravo headlines and talk to you all and sort of just shoot the shit. That's on YouTube, and it's simulcast on Patreon and Instagram. So come join us for that. That'll be at 5:30 on the West Coast and 8:30 on the East Coast. And don't forget, we have daylight savings time. Daylight savings time is ending this weekend, so don't miss Crappy Hour by that 1 hour. Yeah.
Oh, I hate when that happens. I can't get used to the dark.
Getting your hour back. Well, talk about hour swap. So much for wife swap. So anyway,
wait,
wife
what does
swap
that mean?
today.
Wait, fall forward, spring back.
Fall back.
Oh, so we gain an
fall
hour.
Back. You fall
we
back.
gain an hour.
You gain an hour.
You
gain an hour.
Fall back, spring forward, fall back. So we lose an hour. We lose an hour.
Gain an hour. You gain an hour because it's like you went through 9 a.m. and guess what? You fall back. So you'd be going through 9 a.m. a second time. You gain an hour.
Whoa. Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
I'll never get it. But thank God the phones do it for you now, so you don't really have to do anything. Okay, everybody?
I know, it's nice. Isn't that God, isn't that great? So that's the excitement of this weekend. Today we are talking about wife swap. It's our second episode. I loved last week's episode with Angie K. I thought it was so fun. It was so sweet. I also enjoyed this one quite a bit, but I feel like I can see some of the cracks on the wife swap experience. I'm like, okay, I'm glad this can be a short, like four episode excursion, because
cracks?
I'm also
what
like
were your cracks.
I felt like I saw more of the staging this episode. I felt like I could see like the kids were not as good actors as the Idaho kids. I'm not gonna lie. The kids were like, I am so happy to clean. I was like, okay. I mean, to be fair, it may have just been that they just needed to have the kids to say the line again. It may not have been scripted like that. But I did think it was better than I thought. I thought, okay, Angie was such a good episode. I was like, oh God, Melissa Gorga. Will this be a good episode? Well, Melissa seems like she's gonna be bratty, but Melissa was actually pretty good. I actually enjoyed Melissa. And even though we know that she did not spend the night in that house, because she said as much, I think, on Jeff's show. But she's like, okay.
she said she begged the producers not to have to stay there and insisted on staying in a hotel, which you know, is weird. Well, I mean, it's 2 days, Jesus Christ. They're giving you a pile of money. You can sleep in a fucking bed for two nights or one night, whatever it is.
Yeah. I guess I'm wondering, is every episode just going to be like, we're going from a clean house to a dirty house? Is that just what it's going to be? I felt like some of the lessons were like not as strong in this one. But
we're going from a clean house to a dirty house. Like one house is gross, one house is really clean, and then you have to eat different things at the different houses. That's also a big thing.
That's just what
like, oh my God, people eating differently. This is gonna be crazy. I did really like this one. I was impressed with Melissa, but I mean, that she didn't bug me as much as she normally does. I thought she'd be a lot snottier, especially after hearing some of those Jeff Lewis clips, because she really came off like an asshole in that. So I thought, oh, this is going to be really cringy, but she wasn't bad. She was very warm. Still, as usual, the stars were Joe and the kids. And actually, it made me think, wow, I actually want to see more of her kids, because those oafs. I mean, those
Those two idiots.
those two idiots. I mean, wow. What blocks
Yeah,
of
wow.
cheese, what meatballs those guys are for sure. So I want to see more of them because I was cracking up at how stupid they were and just how thick. I mean, they're just,
no,
they're made, they're just pure beef,
Melissa.
And I
Yeah.
was cracking up the whole time. And the daughter, I think, has grown up to be really cute and gorgeous. Like, I like her personality a lot. And
Yeah. Oh,
the other family was great. I loved all
Yeah,
of
oh
the
my
other
God,
family.
they were
That
so
mom
wonderful.
is fucking hilarious. So I really liked it. I thought it was
I
good.
think, yeah, I agree. I think the show still has a lot of sweetness. You know, another crack I saw was when they all went to the construction site together. I was like, this doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. The whole family's going to go to a construction site together. So I thought like it was something like that just didn't feel. It felt like it like was a little jump the sharky, which is I know crazy. The whole show doesn't make sense. The whole show is ridiculous. But you know, we're gonna step into another world. Like I don't know. I was like, I'm just not buying this part of it. So I just wasn't as completely sold on on this episode as much as the last. I just didn't feel like as tight of a show. But whatever. Who cares?
I do
It's
think
Spice
they
Swap.
need to spend more time. I think that spending basically one full day together is what it looks like, maybe two. It's just not enough time. You know, it's like, wow, you see that somebody doesn't do their dishes and you get to judge it. And also, I don't believe that because I've literally never met a mother who is going to just leave, or a father who's going to just leave dirty dishes of a family of 5 piled in a sink all night long. That's just disgusting. I mean, it's flies. There are flies. We've all had pests. There are pests.
It's also
like, I just don't
honestly,
believe
that's
that
why I was like, when Melissa said she didn't want to spend the night there, I was like, oh my God, what a snobby bitch. But then when we saw the place, I was like, I can kind of understand if you're like a neat freak and then you come in and you see like that nasty ass blender and everything else just sitting out there and you think of like the pests and the flies, you're like,
yeah, you
maybe I
leave
will
a
stay in the
fruit
hotel.
blender out all day and it's not covered in flies. Yeah, there was something
Look.
weird about that. But you have to suspend the disbelief because it's so silly. You know, it's 2 days. What are they going to do?
What are they going to do? What are they going to do? But I just felt like it could have just been a tighter episode in terms of like the compare and contrast. Like we used to do this before and now we do this now and now we're going to learn from it. And I was like, really, but bringing Antonia to a construction site, that doesn't make any sense. If it was like, okay, instead of going to work, Joe, we're all going to go to the movies together. You're going to spend more time with your family. That makes sense to me, but like we're all just going to go standing around in the dirt. But I think I'm probably being too critical about a very stupid show. That
Yeah, I
requires
think
you
it's
to
just a
suspend
dumb
disbelief
show.
anyway.
Yeah, it's just a dumb
It's
show.
just a dumb show. Just a dumb show, Ben.
Yeah. So basically we meet Melissa and Joe, who we already know. Melissa is like a CEO boss bitch, you guys. She has a boutique and a sprinkle cookie company. So she's also
Wears
got a
many
dog
hats.
that wears a diaper. So that's, her thing. Antonia's off to college, but she's gonna come shoot. Okay. So she'll be
Yes.
here. And then there's Gino and Joey. And we see a typical day of Melissa's. Joe's out at 6:30. He doesn't come home till dinner time, probably cheating most days or at strip clubs. And she has coffee. She works out. She does glam. And then she goes to work. I think it's funny that the
has no
housewives
friends.
actually do glam every day.
That was crazy.
Is that
like, I'm doing
something that
glam
rich
to
people
go to
really
work?
do?
No, this is a very lonely person. That's what this is. This
You're
is a
doing
person who
glam
has
to go
no
to the mall
friends.
kiosk that you rent? I mean, come on.
Yeah. If you're putting on glam just to show up at Envy, then you're doing too much. I guess her justification is that she goes to Envy and then she puts on clothing and then she puts that on social media to advertise Envy. And then she can write off the glam and she can write off Envy. But it seems like a sad existence.
Yeah, it does. And maybe that's why I kind of felt for Melissa. And the other wife picks up on it right away where she's like, oh my God, this is one sad person, And I agree. And I think that was kind of what the other wife got when she went into Angie's life. She was like, wow, this is a sad woman. Like all she does is spend time cleaning her sunglasses and spending time with her kids. So I think that's interesting. That's an interesting parallel that it's like, wow, look at all this money and you're still very lonely and all you want to do is clean.
Yeah, it sort of didn't make sense to have these episodes back to back because they were so similar in terms of like what they do. But I feel like Bravo was like, we just cannot have Emily Simpson be our second episode. We have to bury her in the middle of this 4-episode season.
Yeah.
So
the fall off will be drastic.
Yeah. So then the producers are asking Gino, who cleans up the clothes, like, Mom does. Like, who makes the food? Mom. Who finishes your sentences because you can't access all your words? Mom
She does. She does.
She does. He does.
And just their dead eyes. They both the boys are like, duh.
Like two, it's like looking at like two oxes after they've eaten.
Joe's like, my wife, she's just so OCD. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't with her. Like, she gotta have everything clean. Like, what the hell? It's crazy, am I right? I'm a man. She's a woman. A man was born with a dick. A woman was born with a mop in her hand. Am I right? You can
There
catch that
it
at
is.
Gino's Comedy Club coming up soon, all right?
A lot of my analness comes from my childhood. I didn't grow up in a house where everything was run as tight, and I lost my dad at a very young age. And I always said, "Not in my house. My
We're
house."
not using my dad at a young age in this house.
I'm like, wait,
What
what
kind
did
of
the dad
sentence is
thing
that?
have to do with it? My house is a piece of shit, and my dad died too. But I said, "Not in my house. Not in my house." There he is. Nuh-uh, not in my house. We're gonna go see mommy and daddy home together every night, and I'm keeping it neat and I keep it clean.
Yeah, you're so OCD with everything. Am I right? Yeah, that's the word, OCD. She's like, da, 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 da. It's like too much, right? Like, what is it? The boobs to make her like that? Am I right? Like, this is why we can't vote. You know, you can't get women in there to vote because all they do, they spend an hour in there cleaning out the voting booth. Then no one gets in there. You know what I'm saying? Women.
Well, what I hope to get from this swap is just to like let some things go, you know, like I don't know what I really want to let go of right now. I'm actually really just trying to hold on to everything. My kids, Joe. I don't know. I've got a sad life. So now we go
Also,
to Georgia.
why do we have to believe? Why are we supposed to believe that none of the Real Housewives have maids? Like, are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding me? You're telling me that none of you have maids? I don't believe it. You've all got like the secret little room behind the laundry room called the maid's room. We all know it. Okay.
Yeah. So then we go over to Georgia and we meet Michelle, and she's saying like, I don't think I can handle, the 1950s, 1960s. Man comes home, woman does the cooking kind of thing. Woman does the cooking, man goes to work. She's like, no. So we meet Michelle and Sean, and they love being together all the time. They have 3 kids: Sean Jr., Phoenix, and Maverick, and they have a vegan household for health, and they're really obsessed with double Dutch. And as soon as they started talking about double Dutch, I was like, oh, I've seen these people before. How have I seen these people before? And I did some research. They were on The Amazing Race. And I was like, that's right. These people with the double Dutch business, they were always talking about, it's like everything is about double Dutch. And I really love these people, but they really like the double, it's too much of the double Dutch. Like it's too much. And also like, how are you running like some sort of like athletic company, but you are not disciplined at all with your cleaning? I don't understand that. Normally people who are like trainers or athletes are super, super disciplined about everything in their life, especially their personal space.
Oh, really? I don't know. I don't speak to
It makes me
people
not
like
want
that,
to
so I
trust
don't
their
really
double
know.
dutching. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't think double dutching is really like a discipline. I mean, I guess it's a skill that you learn, but it's not like well, I guess
like
it is because it's like an Olympic sport, right?
jumping.
Wasn't she saying is? I think I was surprised because I was like, wow, that's a sport. I had no idea. I've seen it a lot, like on
world
TikToks
champion.
and stuff. I've always wanted to know how to do that, but girl, I can barely get out of bed. I'm not going to double
Yeah.
dutch.
I don't know if it's not an Olympic sport, but there is some sort of like world championship she is the world champion of. And they've been on like a million talk shows. I at first thought I'd seen them on a House Hunters, but it was Amazing Race. But then doing the research, they've been on all the morning shows and they do the double Dutch thing. And it's all about double Dutch. And so
Don't put House
that's their
Hunters
whole
past
thing.
them. I can see them on House Hunters being like, we need a room to jump rope in.
100%. They are 100% going to be on House Hunters if they haven't been already.
Yeah. And then every house they go see, they're going to be like, well, this is nice for the office, but can we jump rope in here? I don't think so,
God, I'm
Mindy.
so
You better
mad.
get back to the books.
It's Mindy Kaling as their realtor. She's like, thanks.
She's like smiling at her own jokes.
So Sean is
Oh, no,
saying
I'm
that
sorry.
Michelle
I thought you were saying Mindy, what's her face from Facts of Life? You meant
Mindy
Mindy
Cohn.
Kaling. Sorry.
could be
yeah, Mindy
could
Cohn.
be Mindy
yeah.
Cohn also.
Mindy Cohn.
It's the real estate firm of Mindy and Mindy.
So Michelle wants to spend time with her family, even if that means not doing her dishes. And she's like, if we're all miserable, but the house is clean, what kind of life is that?
A dirty
I
life.
mean, I don't know. I feel like
Look,
I'd rather be miserable in a clean house than happy in a dirty one, if that makes any sense.
I think I would rather be happy in a largely tidy house because I'm not going to act like, look, I'm not anal retentive. I keep things largely clean, but like sometimes I have dinner and I'm like, I'm too tired to do dishes, and I'll clean my dishes in the morning, and like I will do that. But what I try not to do, and what I generally don't do, is like things don't pile up, and like it does not look the way it did in this place. But like I don't always clean my dishes the same night. I will do them in the morning sometimes.
I don't always either, but I'll at least like put them in the sink. Like I'll take the food off of them, put them in the sink, and then soak them. Like I'll put
Yeah,
water on them, so I'm not
soak
waking up
it.
to crusty shit. And I think that
And
a lot of it was my problem with it was they were just like leaving all their food and piling it up with all the food out and just,
exactly.
and then you wake up and you can't do the dishes because everything is caked on there, and then
And it's like
it just
it's
makes
more of
it
a
so much harder.
thing. And like, you know what? When my kitchen definitely gets messy when I'm here alone. Like if Dom is like out in New York working on something, for sure, I'm like even more lenient because I know it's just me. And I'm like, if I make a mess, it's my own mess. It's my own fault. It's like, you know what? I did this to myself. And I kind of feel like, but if Dom is here, or if someone is here, if someone were staying with me, I'm like much more attentive to it because it's like you're sharing the space with people. So it's shocking to me to have like a whole family, like a group of people under one household. And it's just like, oh, let's just let it just stack up with food on it. Cause like other people need to use the kitchen. Other people need to do things in there.
Yeah, there's one thing about like you can be sloppy, but this is sloppy. Like
Yeah.
sloppy is like leaving your dishes soaking. Sloppy is caked up food on your dishes. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's a difference because it
Yeah.
just makes it harder. So then Michelle's like, well, we're happy being, not cleaning because we spend time together. But eventually someone has to clean that stuff. I don't know. I'm so hung up on the clean housing. It's not even the clean house because the rest of the house didn't bother me. It was the kitchen. That bugged me.
Hmm.
I was like, this is unsanitary.
Yeah.
This is like this is like cholera waiting to happen. Okay, so then Michelle's like, well, cleaning with kids is like cleaning in quicksand. Living with kids is like living in quicksand. What are you gonna
I
do? Just not
know.
have them?
You know what they call kids? Quicksand. Goodbye money. Goodbye brunch. You have kids now. They are
Yeah, it's like
quicksand.
your entire soul is in quicksand. Okay, and
Hey,
she's
you
like,
want to do
well,
something fun? Sorry, you got to go to a soccer game to watch a bunch of kids chasing a ball, and then you got to hand out orange drink. Enjoy the quicksand.
yeah. So then Melissa is finding out that she's going to Georgia, and they're like, "Ew," and she's like, "Yeah, Georgia," and they're like, "Where that? Where that at?"
Yeah, I
Her
was about to
kids
say,
are
then
like,
there was
"What's that?"
a 10-minute scene while the kids try to figure out where Georgia is.
Yeah, they're like, "What is that? What's a Georgia?" And then at the other family, she's like, "I'm going to New Jersey," and the kid's like, "Oh my god, yes, yes!" Like she won something.
Really excited.
I've
They're
never
like, "Will
seen
you see
anybody so excited to go to New Jersey.
You're going to New Jersey. Yes, queen. So Michelle says, the only thing I know of housewives is they live a very wealthy life, and you got to throw a glass here or there, and the house must be flawless. So Melissa is saying to Joe, like, well, I don't like leaving you. He's like, yeah, you ain't sleeping without me. You ain't when they don't get when I release the poison, it's not the same when you're not there, huh?
Yeah, it's like I made you a present, all right? And he's made a pillow with his picture on it. And she's like, "Oh my god, you put yourself on a pillow, Joe? Oh my god, I gotta take this pillow." So now we go to the women walking through each other's homes. And Melissa's like, okay, interesting paint choices because every room is a really, really bright primary color. It's like one room's
Yeah.
bright orange, and then another room is like bright royal blue.
Yeah, and it's like that. Like it feels like the wall was painted with like paint that you make a painting with, not like with wall paint. So it sort of has that kind of like you can sort of see the layers through it. And Melissa's like, okay. And so she's like, okay, interesting. She's like, well, I brought sprinkle cookies, so I'll just put these right here. And okay, let me see what they eat. Oh my God, do they own a fruit farm? Because she just sees nothing but fruit in their refrigerator.
Yeah. And then Michelle goes into her house, and her house looks great. And I have to, hand it to Melissa because that house was universally mocked when it was first revealed.
Crazy.
By us for, I think, half an hour, like a full half-hour segment on Crappy Hour, because Joe just did a terrible job on the first round of that house. Like the windows were all the wrong size, and the roofs there were like multiple roofs with different sizes that didn't match. I mean, it just looked crazy. And they did a good job on the remodel of this house.
Yeah, it looks great now. And so Michelle's like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is huge. And then she goes into the kitchen, which has like, it feels like the kitchen has like 4 kitchen islands in it. It's just like a football field of kitchen islands. And she starts running around. She goes, oh my God, all the juicing I could do in here. Oh my God. Whoa. Oh my God. But then she sees Melissa's olive oil. Melissa has taken an olive oil jug and bedazzled it. And she's like, okay. You designed the olive oil. Okay. You do not need to put glitter on olive oil, which I agree with.
So she goes through the fridge and she goes, okay, so we're eating baby chickens. Okay. And cheese, and cheese. I'm sorry, but no cheese. Cheese is the devil. So she loves the house. Melissa is disgusted by her. She's like, wow, but she's trying not to be. She's like, they're not neat freaks. And wow, that's so refreshing. Yeah, there's definitely little kids here, boys, because I see balls, basketballs. Only boys like playing with balls. So we all know that.
She's like, my house is like monochromatic and like clean lines and extremely organized and extremely neat. And like, you can tell that like, that they live here. You can really see it's like cut to the blender with some sort of like gray purple smoothie residue on it.
Oh, crusty blueberry all over the thing. And then she's like, yeah, you can tell that they live here. It's amazing to see like what homeless people look like they would live inside of a house. This is crazy. So then Michelle is like, well, okay, they have a clean house, and I like a clean house, but I also like a lived-in house. And this house is very white, and nobody lives here. So house rules. Melissa says, dear Miss Temporary Wife, we are vegan, no meat, no dairy. And Melissa's like, but I'm anemic.
So she continues reading. We are just finishing our group juice cleanse now, which means we have not eaten food in 10 days. Just juice. Impossible. In our household, we don't follow traditional rules. We have dinner on the sofa, and we'd rather stay up late playing over, making it to bed on time. She's like, wow. Wow.
So then Michelle reads her rules. Joe gets home at 6:30 for dinner, and she's like, he's gone from 6:30 to 6:30? When do you guys hang out? And then she reads that she has to do all the chores and tidy up the house. And she's like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about this. So Michelle is supposed to Michelle wants Melissa to spend more time with her family, and Melissa just wants someone to clean her house. That's basically all Melissa asked for. She's like, please clean.
Yeah. So Melissa's like, well, I mean, the overall rules are that like there are no rules. I mean, there's a rule that they have to eat vegan, so they can't even eat any of my sprinkles. I'm like, oh, what a shame. When they found out that Melissa was coming to the house with the sprinkle cookies, they were like, we're vegan. Yeah, we're on a juice cleanse, actually, so we can't have your cookies. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's
Although
new.
it would have
Just
been
started.
nice to see somebody all these years later just throw the sprinkle cookies in the trash, I would have loved a nice full circle
Yeah.
moment.
Also, what would have been smart would be if Melissa said, well, don't worry, I actually have some vegan sprinkle cookies, America. But instead it was like, oh, well, no cookies.
Well, she did later.
Great
She
marketing
came up-
opportunity.
Yeah, she did. She did later. They didn't look very appetizing, but she got that later. So now,
Oh, I must have missed that.
the parents meet the kids, and she loves Michelle's kids. They're really cute kids.
They're so cute.
And so they ask the kids what they think of her, and one of the kids is like, she's very nice. She's beautiful. And the girl's like, nail polish, lip gloss, eyebrows.
She's very well put together and everything is in place. It's very different from like,
That's the dad.
Oh.
Michelle's married to a toddler. He's like, yeah, she's put together, very different from us. So the Gorgas come home, and the dog has just peed all over the floor. And Michelle's like, why is that dog peeing? He's got on a diaper. Who put the diaper on the dog? Michelle's response to everything is so fucking funny. She's like, what the fuck kind of diaper is this?
Hey, wifey, what's your name? She's like, Michelle. Hey, well, this is Gino. She's like, hi, Gino. Wait, you're the oldest, right? He's like, I don't know. And this is Joey. Hi, baby. Joey's like, I don't know. Okay, well, both of you. Not a lot of lights going on in these houses, huh?
So then we see where Melissa is going to sleep, and she's like, oh, beautiful. Wow. Do you have any matches that I could just light this bed on fire? Because it's disgusting. So you have a lot of books. Do you guys read books a lot? And he's like, well, we don't. He's like, I don't read to them as often as I should, because we get in too late. And yeah, we do everything together. And she's like, so you start your day together? So you're saying you guys are a team, basically. Yeah, I've never had a man help with a child in my life. He's never changed my child's diaper.
And
which is
Sean's
crazy. Like, that's crazy.
That's wild. And what's crazy is I've heard that that's like not uncommon, which I'm sorry, the guys have got to help on that front. I will just say that. If like everyone has to get the shit on and the pee on their fingers and their face. I'm sorry, it cannot be just the moms.
Why would you be with somebody who refuses to help with the diaper? That's idiotic. Like, I can't believe this. This is crazy. And to hear that that's commonplace, oh hell no, no.
So Michelle's asking Joe if he ever cooked. He's like, no, and she's like, you don't cook her a nice meal ever? He's like, hey, I work a lot. Okay, I gotta go to the construction site. I gotta go to the strip club. I gotta then go hang out with my bros, play some golf, like touch each other's asses, things like that. I don't have time to cook her a nice meal. That's what it is.
And she's like, well, I'm vegan. And he's like, vegan? What's that? She's like, yeah, but I am gonna follow her rules, so I will make pasta your style, okay? And he's like, yeah, this house is great, right? She's psycho. She's like OCD. She's like nuts. She's like fucking crazy, this woman. All right.
So then she's like, yeah, well, Melissa's going to trip out of my house. So Melissa's looking around the kitchen and she has to cook something vegan. And Melissa's like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Oh man. So then she's like trying to figure out all the vegan food. And she's like, this is crazy.
But it's French fries, which is hilarious. And she wants to eat the fries, but she can't because she has to juice cleanse for a day. So she sneaks fries and stuff. And then Sean's like, yeah, we're on the last day of the cleanse, so that's what you got to do. And she's like, but I'm hungry. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. So
now,
then
that being said, are we to believe that Melissa Gorga has never done a juice cleanse? I mean, I think if you're a real housewife, I feel like every real housewife has done a juice cleanse at some point, right?
Melissa Gorga is no stranger to starvation. No
That's
housewife is a stranger to starvation. No. I don't think any modern human being is a stranger to starvation. Like, I can't. We've all done it at some point. Okay, come on now.
Currently doing it as we speak. So Michelle has to make Sunday sauce. And she's like, Sunday sauce, is that a thing? And Antonia is like horrified this entire episode. She's the only one who doesn't seem to realize that this is all just some silly, contrived thing for Bravo. She's like in a nightmare. She's like, she doesn't even know what Sunday sauce was. Oh my God. She's like calling up Gia. She's like, listen, I know our moms are in a beef, but you got to help me out. I'm stuck with the woman who doesn't know about Sunday sauce. I'll be right there.
Gino's just got spit dripping down his face. He's like, So then Michelle is saying she hasn't touched animal eggs since the 80s, but she's mixing them in with the beef to make them some Sunday sauce. And they eat it, and the boys are like, it's good. I'll eat it. You'd eat a fucking tire iron, okay?
I was about to say, they're like gnawing on a shoebox right now. This is pretty good. Like, you're not even eating the sauce.
Yeah. So she passes. And then Michelle's like, who's supposed to clean all this up? And they're like, you. It's like, I have to clean this up? Like, yeah, you got to do all of it.
So she's like, okay, so I guess I'll do this. So now over at Michelle's house, don't clean up after dinner. And Melissa's like, I'm like in a different world right now. Like, we're just going to like go to bed and leave all that in the sink right now. Like, none of what goes on in this house goes on in my house at all.
So Michelle's asking why they don't clean together. And Antonia's like, she's just so quick with it. Like, we put our dishes in the sink and she cleans it really quick and then we leave. And that's it. And she's like, oh, so you're saying I'm too long? I'm taking too long? She's like, yeah. Yeah, you're taking too long. You're the slowest cleaner I ever seen. What kind of woman are you, huh?
So it's 9 o'clock, and all of Michelle's kids are bouncing around and having like a fun time in the living room. And Melissa's like, so I'm having like so much fun with the little kids right now because like I miss my kids being this age, but like I'm also like, they got to go to bed. So that way I can have some time for them to be asleep and me doing nothing. That's what I do best.
So then it's 4 hours until the rules change. So Sean thinks that Melissa is very OCD and he wants to see what fun looks like. So fun is not doing dishes. So now they're going to go do some double dutch, guys, because this family double dutches. So they go to the park and they double dutch and she can kind of do it. And the kid's like, yeah, she did okay, but that was like the easiest thing ever.
And Melissa's saying, you know, I appreciate what an amazing hands-on dad, you know, Sean is, but like he never gets a break. And that's going to change along with the dirty, disgusting dishes in that sink. So Melissa's rule is be the boss. Michelle goes out to Envy and to go to try on clothing at the boutique. And then she's going to take pictures for social media. And she's also going to get like some glam on.
Yeah. So Michelle goes in there and everyone's kissing her ass like, oh my God, hey honey, oh my God, you look fabulous today. That's amazing. So she tries on a lot of clothes, which I have to say are very Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
They're very Melissa boutique. I don't think anybody's watching this like, wow, what a glamorous life. I was like, wow, they can do rayon in so many different ways. That is incredible. So Michelle's like, yeah, you know, in her life, you get to focus on just yourself. And I guess there's beauty in that, but it's a little lonely. I mean, the people who do come in and are nice to you are all on Melissa's payroll.
It's like, well, that was a read. So then now it's time for the rules change. So Michelle first thing she does is wipe off the makeup, which is funny because last week we really went in on that woman for putting back her top pony after like Sean made her hair nice. She was like, oh, back to me. And she put her stupid little, like her, not pony, her top knot of it back into her hair. I was so mad at her. But this time I was like, oh yeah, take that makeup off. I was like totally in support of Michelle taking off the makeup, which I didn't even think the makeup was like that crazy. But I don't know. I think there's a difference between having a glam team coming in where like the glam team was like, here's a piece of Melissa's loneliness. Like this makeup represents the loneliness of Melissa's existence where she does nothing in her day except put makeup on, get glam done, and then go to the store and take pictures. Whereas the other one was like a nice gesture from Sean, the husband. So I think in this case, I was like, okay with
one other lady seemed like a
Michelle
judgmental asshole and this lady doesn't. And also, yeah, I think like you said, Sean made an effort towards that lady to not do her overly Angie-like. Like he made an effort to make her hair, like how she already had her hair, just pretty. Like he just did whatever, he wasn't trying to make her anyone else. He was like making her the best of what she's got, which I thought was kind of a sweet gesture. Like he could have teased up her hair and made her look crazy, but he made an effort to make her feel comfortable in her own skin. Whereas I think this guy was like, okay, I got to do a glam scene. And he just shoved a bunch of makeup on her face.
Yeah, I think if like Joe Gorga had done her glam, which was a hilarious concept, then it would have been like, oh, that's like a little mean. He just did your glam for you. But like it's just some old queen coming in to do the makeup because he's on the payroll. I'm like not as fussed about that.
So now Michelle's rule is nobody is leaving me. Okay, they're going to be together 24/7. And Joe's like, but what do I got to do? I got a conference call. All right, who's going to press go on the Zoom and then go, there he is.
Who's going to catch me jerking off below the Zoom if I'm not on a Zoom in the first place, right?
So she's like, nope, we are making a raw vegan dinner together. Okay. And you can change your faces because you're going to like it. And Gina's like, this is just my face though. I can't change it.
I think that's just their face. So then Melissa's like, okay, well, guys, I do believe in bedtime. So we are having bedtime tonight because your mother needs a little help with organization. and I just happen to be like the queen of organizing. But in order to do that, I have some very important things that I want to shop for. So I'm going to take these 3 little ones shopping today.
I'm like, oh my God, shopping, yes. So she tells the husband he has to take a nap. And he's like, oh, okay. So
He's like,
her idea is to get them a dining room table. So she called a local friend in the area to help her figure it out. And her local friend is Phaedra Parks. By the way, Phaedra Parks would have been great for this show.
it should have been Phaedra. And
Yeah, it should have been Phaedra. I would have loved to see someone step into Phaedra's life and raising those kids and being like, wow, you had an actual rocket ship that goes to space built for your child whose name is Mr. President. Okay. Okay.
It'll be like, welcome to my house. In the mornings, I like to make breakfast for Mr. President and for Aiden. And then around noontime, please go to the bank and get out $50,000 of cash and bring it to the courthouse. It's like, whoa.
So she's going to get a dining room table. Okay, so Phaedra's there waiting, and she's like, I've known Melissa for over a decade. She runs a tight ship, and when I saw her with 3 children in tow, whoo, give me a Xanax.
You're in the dirty South. Please don't say that. I'm really struggling with the way I am truly in the dirty South right now. Oh, it's just an expression, but I see you're going through something much more difficult. She's like, yeah, well, they're vegan kids. She goes, oh, Jesus. I can't get enough meat in my life.
So Melissa updates her on what's going on at the house, and she's like, he cooks, he cleans, he spends every minute with them, but he needs a break. And so meanwhile, we're still with Melissa. She's like, yeah, but it's so important to eat dinner together. That's the only time I see my kids. So we're going to have them have family time. So then meanwhile,
is that conversation like around the dinner table at the Gorga household? So Joey Jr., how was football today? Oh, Lord. Okay, Gino, how about you? I don't know. Okay. What about you, Joe? How's the construction site? There he is. Wow, how am I feeling lonelier than when I was sitting in the makeup chair getting blush put on my face? Oh, God, I'm so happy.
Truly. So then we go back to Michelle, and she is making a raw meal for them. Nutritional yeast is how we make vegan cheese and vegan cheese sauce. And Joey's like, I literally thought cheese was vegan. She's like, how? Are you serious? And Joe's like, Joey, forget it. Joey, just stop. Stop it. All right. All right. And he goes, but come on. What animal, when you cut it open, got cheese in it?
Antonio goes, where do you get your milk from? I'm like, Antonio, you're asking questions I don't know he can really answer right now.
It's like a cow. Okay, well, I'll just let you figure that one out yourself. And then he just stares off into space with drool coming down his face like, oh.
He does not really connect the dots there either. He's still like, but like if I get my milk from a cow, why would there be cheese in the cow too? It's not vegan.
Yeah, dummy. So Michelle is doing corn coconut milk. She's doing all this stuff, but it's basically a plate of kale. That's what comes out is a plate of kale. And the kids just look at it like, are you fucking kidding me? Gino's like, I love my steak. All right. I love my steak. So back at the other house, Melissa's like, okay, well, I'm ready to eat pasta. And the kids are like, I don't like pasta. Okay. You know what? Call social services. Have you ever heard a child say that?
Pasta's vegan. I didn't like pasta when I was a kid. I didn't like pasta when I was a kid, but you know, like you just sort of make these claims of what you don't like when you're a kid, and you just sort of lean into it. For a moment there, I was scared because I was like, is Melissa gonna like force non-vegan food on these kids? Like that seems a bit crazy to be like, well, I'm in town. Now you have to eat meat, but she in fact did make a vegan meal. She made a vegan red sauce for them with pasta, and the kids were very happy.
Yeah, so they loved it. So they sit down and they have dinner together, and they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And all the kids love the food. And the little girl's like, huh?
Yeah. No, you say it.
No, go ahead.
She's like, I didn't know onion and garlic made it better. I was like, have you not been cooking with onion and garlic all this time?
That's vegan. Onion and garlic is vegan. And so is pasta. I'm so confused. So then Melissa puts the kids to bed, and then we go back to Joe, and they try their food. And Joe's like, oh God, I mean, it's got a kick to it. I mean, it's all right, but is this my meal? Like, I can't even believe this was prepared by someone with boobs. This is how women cook where you come from.
Oh my God, they're so unhappy with it. They're like, Antonio's like, this is bad. I feel, I don't like this at all. So then, they're gonna like, they're just gonna, I guess, like not do the dishes tonight. This could be their big thing is they don't have to do the dishes. And they're like, what? Antonia doesn't even really know what to do with herself. She's like,
she's just freaking out. And Joe's like, look at Antonia. She can't even move. And Antonia's like, I think I have to do this. I think I have to do this.
I think I become the mother now. That's what I have to do. I'm a woman. I have to do dishes. She's like really concerned.
Programming broken. So she misses her mom. She's like, and I don't want to eat this lady's food anymore. And Gina goes, it's bad.
So now they're going to go outside and do double Dutch. I'm like really sick of the double Dutch already. So they do it.
So the other town gets the special gift of Phaedra, and we get the special gift of the fucking sisters. Hey, two non-smoking, all right? What is that? Kitchen's a mess in there. Melissa's going to be furious. Okay, look, I wore some diamond necklaces to go double dutching. That's what we do in this family.
Oh my God, all the sisters. I know that really is a big trade-off. Michelle definitely got the raw end of that stick.
Yeah. So they do some double jumping. And then Melissa is just loving that little kids need her. She puts the kids to bed and they all need hugs and stuff. And she's like, I loved when my kids needed me, depended on me. Like, I miss that so much. Your kids do need you. Can two of them even read?
So I know, honestly. So Michelle then is saying how she's just having a blast with the family, but she feels the need to clean up because she's like, it's so clean in here that I want to actually keep it clean. So she actually goes into the kitchen late at night and cleans.
Oh, everybody's learning, guys.
But then they have Joe Gorga on like the Blair Witch cam, and he's like, "Hey, there he is. It's 1 a.m. I had vegan food tonight. I think I'm turning gay. I don't know what's happening now."
I just woke up in the middle of the night thinking there was a cock in my ass, huh? But it was just, it was that kale or whatever. It's in my stomach. It's making the noise. They're playing this noise.
I'm a little scared. He literally is acting like there's an axe murderer downstairs that he's hiding from. It's like, I got vegan food in me. I don't know what to do.
So the next morning, Melissa's like, today's organization day. Oh, and they're like, oh God, please no. So she's like, okay, let's wipe down the table. And they're like, what? Wipe it down. Let's get crumbs off of it and stuff. So then in the other family, they're making juice, which is going to be crazy. So they do make some juice. And Antonia acts like she's never tasted apple juice in her life, which is crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? And then Melissa's like, there's more cleaning, and Sean, the husband, and it's Michelle's husband, is saying, Melissa showed us how organized we can actually be. When Michelle walks through the door, she's going to love it. I know, and she's going to want to keep it that way. I'm like, it's not going to stay that way. I'm just telling you that right now. It will not.
Because she puts shoe racks in, and then she gets like a book organizer and stuff. And she's like, okay, I'm done here. Okay, so meanwhile, Joe has got to go to work. So this is the big construction site scene. And Michelle's like, I'm coming because we do everything together. Get in the car, Antonia.
And she's like, Joe is so old school. Men do the work, women do the nails. You understand? So I'm going to prove to him that that's not how that works. I can lift too. So now we're going to go to his job site and he's going to do the work and I'm going to kind of stand around and be kind of funny and then try to get all the construction workers to do double dutch. And then they're going to get annoyed. And then someone's not going to pay attention. They're going to lose their hand in some sort of saw, but it'll be worth it. So
they drive up. Yeah, they drive up to the site, and Joe purposely parks in a giant puddle of water. And both of them are like, no, hell no. You better move back so we can get out of this car. He's like, no, you're supposed to see what it's like at a construction site. Women get covered in mud here. That's how it goes. And they're like, no, sir, move your car back. So he does, and then they get out, and he's trying to find a pipe in the ground. So he's like, okay, you got to dig here until you can find the pipe. So she's like, give me the shovel. So she's doing that. And he's like, Antonio, what are you doing? And she's like taking selfies in the, I like that. She's like taking selfies in the tractor or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, but I look
I
cute.
I can't find the pipe. I know how to lay pipe. I can't always figure out how to find the pipe. Hey, there he is. Catch me on tour with the There He Is Tour 2025. Hey.
Out of these 2 pipes we're working on today, only one is filled with poison that needs to get out. Am I right? Guess which one?
Back in Georgia. See, this is a whole thing, and I completely blocked it out of my brain. Melissa found vegan sprinkle cookies. But here's the thing. They're making vegan sprinkle cookies. She's saying she found vegan sprinkles. They're going to make vegan sprinkle cookies. I'm just saying she should have a vegan option in her line. So she's like, hey guys, did you enjoy hanging out with me this week? They're like, yeah. Did you have fun? Yeah, that was cool that you got us a folding table. So much fun. Yeah. Oh, you guys are so sweet. You guys are making me cry. I'm going to cry. And then she starts crying in the kitchen. I'm a mush.
Oh, I'm such a mush. I can't believe I'm leaving this family. I gave them a shoe rack and a table. I'm never going to forget this, kids. And it was really cute, though, because the kids are sobbing. They're like,
yeah. And then she shows the kids the pillow with Joe's face on it, and the kids hug the pillow. They're like, ah. I was like, okay. The kids are quicksand, but they're cute. Quicksand doesn't come any cuter than these children.
They are cute. So Sean's like, I learned that I need naps, so I'm going to start taking naps. So when Michelle comes home, I think I'll be doing more naps. Thank you, Melissa. Wow, what a touching episode.
Now she has less support to do all the cleaning that she now has to do.
Yeah. So then Joe's like, oh my God, I haven't cleaned up. My room's a mess. My bed's a mess. Your mom's going to be pissed. And they really played it up because there's like clothes hanging off the entry table.
They have like a polo shirt in like the foyer on like the console. Like, this is okay. I understand the place is not as clean as normal, but like there's no reason for a polo shirt just to be like hanging out in the foyer.
You all just took off your clothes by the front door. Come on now. There's like a gremlin swinging from a fan.
So Melissa's like, oh my God, there are clothes everywhere. I'm like, this does not make any sense. So
she comes in and her and Michelle talk, and Michelle's like, oh, well, this isn't dirty. We just lived a little, okay? And you were in my space, and you know what living is like now. And she goes, oh, yes, nice to meet you. I hope you had a nice day.
So then I actually liked their conversation that they had because it felt like it was real, and they do kind of like choke up. And I felt like they really were connecting as like moms. And don't you love how I'm like giving a constant like update on like, this is the part that I liked.
I know how you feel about the show.
I know, like the constant like New York Times criticism. I'm Pauline Kael, and this is what I think about Wife Swap. So Melissa's like, she's like, first of all, I'm obsessed with your kids. They're like the most polite children and the sweetest, kindest, all 3 of them. 4, if you want to count your husband. She goes, thank you. Well, we're together a lot. So thank you. Thank you so much. She's like, yeah, I heard. But Sean needs like a little bit more time as well. Like maybe you should have more naps. Wouldn't you like that? So that way you have more things on your plate.
So Michelle's like, well, one thing we do have in common is we do love our husbands. I mean, your husband does try to get sperm all over me more than mine does, but still. And when everybody laughs, and Joe went to work, I just felt so, Melissa goes, alone. She goes, yeah, like it was lonely. Like that's a lot of hours in the day without your family. And she goes, yeah, we do spend a lot of time apart. She goes, yeah, it's too much. And she says, well, I mean, listen, he's got to go to work, like I can't just go sit in an excavator. I've got to make sprinkle cookies. Like, how am I going to do that? Like, we need alone time.
Michelle's like, okay, I'll let her believe this. Okay. She's like, yeah, I mean, he goes to work. I got to go to work. I got to put on clothes. I got to do sprinkle cookies. Michelle's like, okay, yes, your work.
Melissa
okay.
doesn't make those sprinkle cookies, does she?
She doesn't. No, but like you can see Michelle's like, okay, well, I know you're not really working, but that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, I've been to your pretend jobs, ma'am. Okay. So she's like, yeah, Michelle says, yeah, but I felt lonely, and it's too much time for me to spend apart. And Melissa's like, okay, well, you think we spend too much time apart, and you guys spend too much time together. So let's just both take 10% to start. And Michelle's like, okay, and agreed. Also, your sisters are awful, so I murdered them both. I hope that's okay. No one should have to live like that.
Oh my God, we figured it out. So Michelle is saying, my children are watching me and cleaning up and being tidy and being organized. It's just not for me. It's setting an example. And yes, I'm obsessed with my husband, but he also needs that time for him. And I want to give that to him. So that's what I'm going to do. And they basically learn lessons from each other. And then we see the epilogue is that Michelle and Sean they have alone time, but only twice a week. And now they eat dinner at a table, which I am actually glad about. I hate eating dinner off of a coffee table. So I think Melissa did a good job getting them a nice little table.
Yeah, Melissa's learning to chill, but her house is still spotless. And she's going to spend more quality time with her kids, but she still refuses to go to a construction site. So,
So she
learned nothing. Yeah,
Melissa learned nothing. Well, the other people also still don't do their dishes, but at least they have a table. So there's something going on there. And now they know Phaedra. So
yeah, so that was pretty cute. So that was Wife Swap, everybody.
Bracing ourselves for the Emily Simpson episode next week. We'll see how that one turns out. Thanks, everyone.
They were really
being
smart
here.
to give her a pig. I'll tell you that, because I'm gonna watch it because I want to see that pig.
Well, I thought she'd be. Didn't Emily have stories about like being raised in farm country in Ohio? I felt like that pig would be something she would be happy to see. Be like, oh my God, it's my childhood because this pig was more of a mother to me than my own mother.
Why isn't this pig calling me back?
This pig is a liar. I'm getting the polygraph.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We will be back tomorrow with a little Real Housewives of Orange County action, shall we? When everything changes. Dun, dun, dun. The big Everything Changes episode of Orange County.
Everything changes. Like Kathy Tricoli. Everything changes. Bye, everyone. See you on the next episode.
Bye.